specifically informing through an advocate a petition signed by 34 MLAs, an overwhelming majority, informing that we have lost the confidence in the Deputy Speaker. The Deputy Speaker has filed an affidavit in this court to say that that email was received, but since it was from an unknown address, I did not recognize it. 22nd of June, a hard copy with a stamp with 34 MLAs is again there and provided for. Now on 21st of June, it is important for your lordships to know what had happened. On 21st of June, my lords, a hopeless minority within the Shiv Sena, and that's a progress.
When?
On the same day.
22nd.
21st.
Right.
Because I'm going to address that whole point that this is a defection, it's a split, it is an inter-party dispute is what we've been saying. You have been repeatedly referring to split, clause 3 which has been deleted, defection. That is not our case. And what your lordships and repeated judgments have held, that internal dissent within a party is the essence of democracy. Merely because there is an attempt to change a leader in a political party does not mean it comes within the purview of the 10th schedule and becomes a case for disqualification either under clause 3 as it stood or a case of merger if you don't merge with 2/3. Because we are not talking about leaving the party and merging with any other political party. Our contention right through, and this is what I argued before this honorable court on the earlier 2 hearings, we are the Shiv Sena. There is no question of we represent an overwhelming majority of the party, of the legislature party in this case, and the political party as we claim, which is being decided by the EC. When these people had come before your lordships and said, stay the election commission proceedings. Your lordships have said, how can election commission proceedings be stayed at this stage? That is a powers under the symbols order and the constitution solely given to them. As far as the legislature party is concerned, out of the 54 or 56 MLAs, 40 are here. So when this whole argument which is presented before your lordships, and that is why I said I'll deal with it when the time comes, on free flow, we are not talking about a free flow at all to any other party at all. We are talking about an internal dissent within the political party where an overwhelming majority has said we no longer have faith in Mr. Thackeray, which is an internal dissent within a political party, which every political party is entitled to have and must encourage.
So 21st, you said first that an email by 34 MLAs stating that confidence was lost in the deputy.
Right. And 2 other events, my lords.
On the same day.
On the same day. And those 2 events...
It was on 24th, not 21st. At least state the facts correctly. 24th. Email was on 24th, not 21st. You stated it is on the 21st.
My lords, the deputy speaker's affidavit says 21st it has been received.
Email is on record.
It says notice.
Why make a wrong statement?
Just a minute. My lords, his affidavit says on 21st, a notice allegedly signed by 39 MLA was handed over to the office of the deputy speaker. Now, this is the deputy speaker's affidavit.
That's not
and
true.
I'm sure my learned friend will have his chance. Please don't interrupt. All that I'm respectfully submitting, my lords, now is that 3 other events happened on the 21st of June.
Yes.
First is, my lords, a hopeless minority of MLAs.
How many?
Please, my lord.
How many?
24 out of 55 MLAs met and passed a resolution removing Mr. Shinde as leader and appointing Mr. Chaudhary as the leader. This resolution also recognizes that Mr. Prabhu has been appointed as a whip previously. Now, no notice of this meeting is given.
That's 21st again.
21st of June. No notice of this meeting is given. On 21st itself, my lords, the majority within the party of 34 MLAs then, which of course later became about 40, 34 MLAs then reaffirms Mr. Shinde as leader of the Shiv Sena legislature party as appointed on 31st/10/2019. It appoints Mr. Gogawale as the chief whip and cancels the appointment of Mr. Prabhu with immediate effect. So these two events simultaneously happen. Undoubtedly, the majority vote for Mr. Shinde to be retained, that there is no dispute that the 24 were a minority. And on the same day, a notice is sent to the speaker. And on the next day, a hard copy with a stamp is also received on the 22nd in the office of the deputy speaker. So really, my lords, 21 is really for purposes of a complete narration, but even on 22nd, a hard copy had been received.
Page 494, what Mr. Sarve was reading.
Yes.
Page 494, just maybe you can just look at that because that gives us a complete picture of what happens in those. That's a crucial period.
Yes, yes, my lord.
Page 494 of convenience compilation.
Yes, yes.
That's, you'll get it at PDF page 497.
Right, my lord, right.
Just have a look at it. You can just quickly run through it. It'll take a minute actually.
Yes. So would your lordships want me to start right from the beginning of 494?
Yeah, the Roman 7.
Roman 7. On 21/6/22, it came to the knowledge of answering respondent and other members of the SSLP that a minority faction of SSLP, that is only 24 of the 55 MLAs, attended an unauthorized meeting and passed a resolution to remove answering respondent as the leader of the SSLP and appointing Ajay Chaudhary as the group leader of SSLP. A true translated copy of the resolution dated 21/6/2022, passed by 24 out of the 55 MLAs illegally removing Mr. Eknath Shinde as leader of the SSLP and appointing Mr. Ajay Chaudhary as leader of the SSLP is annexed herewith and marked as so-and-so. On the same date, that is 21/6/22, 34 MLAs of the SSLP passed a resolution reaffirming that the answering respondent who was appointed as group leader of Shiv Sena Legislature Party on 31st/10/2019 continues to be the leader of the SSLP. The resolution clearly stated that appointment of Ajay Chaudhary was illegal, void and inoperative. Further, it is the said resolution, Mr. Bharat Gawale was elected and appointed as the chief whip of the SSLP, and appointment of Mr. Sunil Prabhu was resolved to be cancelled with immediate effect. A true translated copy of the resolution dated so-and-so, reaffirming their answering respondent as leader is annexed herewith. Members of the SLP wrote dated 21/6/22 to the Honorable Deputy Speaker, informing him that the majority have reaffirmed the appointment of the answering respondent as the group leader of the Shiv Sena Legislature Party, therefore not to recognize Mr. Ajay Chaudhary as the leader of the SSLP for the 14th Maharashtra Legislative Assembly. Then 10, thereafter on 21/6/2022, 34 members of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly issued notice under Rule 11 of the Maharashtra Assembly Rules, read with 179C, Constitution to the Deputy Speaker so-and-so to move the motion for his removal from the office of the Deputy Speaker and requested him to refrain from discharging functions of Deputy Speaker, Speaker of the Assembly from immediate effect. A true copy of so-and-so of 34 MLAs is annexed herewith. On 24/6, my lords, would your lordships want me to continue?
No, I read that. Yes.
So, my lords, all that I am saying is that when this was done and the notice of removal is given, after that, my lords, what happens is that I am given contrary to the rules. Contrary to the rules which provide for under Rule 18, 7 days time to reply, on 2 non-working days, time to reply to the disqualification notice.
That is the 25th, right?
That is on the 25th of June 2022. And 25th and 26th were weekend. And on 27th June.
Now, the notice by the speaker of giving 2 days time was given to how many? 16?
Yes, yes. On 27th June, my lords, again, it's important to know why did we come and what was the order that was passed.
Yes.
May I, my lords? We came by a direct 32 to this honorable court for 3 reasons. Principles of natural justice, my lords, and your lordships in a series of judgments from Algarapura to Scheller to Balachandar have held that if there is a violation of principles of natural justice, those are one of the rare cases which even the internal proceedings of the House can be interfered with, leave aside an adequate notice not being given for a disqualification notice. So relying on all those notices, we came saying that you give us 2 days instead of the minimum 7 days, which the rules provide for. One, those very MLAs, their houses and families were being attacked in Maharashtra. They said, we have no way to even arrive into Maharashtra at the moment. Our lives in our danger, and the only remedy which lies for us is an Article 32 petition. And of course, Nabam Rebia was also referred to, that the assumption of jurisdiction by the speaker is completely prohibited, because the speaker, as per from para 188 onwards, the Supreme Court in Nabam Rebia has said that you cannot initiate any proceeding the moment a notice has been given. So we took all the grounds. When the order was passed by the Honorable Supreme Court on 27th of June, the Supreme Court only went by the principle of natural justice and gave more time after hearing the arguments, did not injunct the speaker from proceeding with the matter.